Hello, darlings. Yes, it is that time again where I buy yet another sewing machine. This time, another serger. How many sergers do I have now? This is my 4th. Technically, it's actually my 7th, but I gave one away. One was broken completely, and the other one I also gave away. Wow, that's really dirty. Ooh, cool. They're the same pedals as my other one. That's good. Accessories. A manual. I gotta love a manual. Oh god. Needle and thread. Another bag of thread. It even has the original cover, I think. Oh dear. Wow. I had a feeling she was dirty. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. Here we are. We got our pedal, our machine, and some accessories. Wow. Some spool covers, screwdrivers, some oil, some tweezers, another cutting blade. Nice. And the original oil and some needles. There's one already there. Lovely. All right. So, what do you do when you have a machine that looks like this? We have a Baby Lock 418, made in Japan by Juki. This is serial number 10078. It's so retro. Okay, something's actually moving. Cleaning tools. Right, where are my supplies? First and foremost, just gonna spray the heck out of everything. Okay, I bought this light a while back. I need to actually use it. I need to see what I'm doing. I used to always work in the dark. All right, let's bring you over here. Okay. Oh, look, some of the fabric for my graduation outfit. She is quite seized. I'm just gonna spray every possible moving part. Important to note, WD-40 is not lubricant. I used to think that. It is not. It is a water displacement. It's really only to get rust off and get things moving again. Once I clean everything and get things moving, I will then clean all this off and use real oil for a sewing machine. Now we jiggle it just a little bit. I would love to take this side panel off to see. Okay. Let's use the little screwdriver that came with it. Let's see what we got. Should wipe this thing down, but like I said, if it's properly broken, I don't want to go through all the hassle of cleaning it. This is how we do it. That's how we do it. Sha-na-na-na-na. She's moving, but she's very tight. There we go. Let's go. And I've been traumatized. I spent, God knows how many hours, 10 hours working on something only to find out that it was properly broken. There was one plastic gear in this whole machine. So sad. Okay, so that was quick. So I'm not a gambling person, but I really do enjoy purchasing sewing machines. This one, yeah, it was less than $20 with all the handling fees and everything, and I love it when they work. Okay, now that I know it works, I'm gonna take the time to clean it really well. So now it's time for that time lapse. For the time lapse, let's get a nice close-up view of this loveliness. It's really the back that's pretty horrifying. It's so dirty. Those are my fingers, my knucks. Yeah, look at her go though. Oh, it took nothing. All right, let's clean. colors so that I don't have to struggle with figuring out which one is which when I'm trying to fix the tension. Get up on her some of this. Now, most of the time you don't need to oil all the places that I'm oiling, but this poor old girl, lube her up. Just basically anything that moves. It's not the normal thing. You should only lubricate where instructed, but it should go without saying, when you oil up your machine, you should make sure to run fabric through it before you start sewing your project, because you could get oil on it. Nobody wants that! Let us see if all of our hard work has paid off. Come on, feed it. It was going. Hey, the same thing kind of is happening with my Juki. Ooh, Lord. She is beautiful and clean. Now, let's see if she works. Look at that. Not too bad. Could be better. Okay, so I believe that this machine is actually set up for a narrow rolled hem, which is interesting and good for some things. I need to figure out how to do a regular one, but let's see. Look at that. It doesn't look like much, and I know it looks extra weird because of the different colors, but it's okay. Here, you see how it's rolling over? That's not great. It is just an overlock, but it is a rolled hem. There you go. So it does cut some, but you can feel it's definitely rolled over and then stitched down. Let's see if we can figure out how to do a normal one. Let us learn together, shall we? So we're supposed to open this up, and this right here. Okay, what have I done? There we go. Ta-da. This thing. Now lower the needle to the lowest position by turning the hand wheel clockwise and match the star mark on the hand wheel with the arrow. Okay, so this is somehow what controls if it's a rolled hem. Pushing it up, I believe, makes it not. Just to push all the lever back for a regular situation. Let's find out. What do I want? Oh, gotta remember to put my knife back down. I've gotta put that all the way up to do that. There we go. Need a little thing here. I need a pointer. This and this doesn't look like much, but these are the blades that the way that this machine cuts is by just going with the fabric. And with my other serger that was also able to do a rolled hem, this blade was fine, but this one needed to be replaced. And they're pretty cheap online, and I got very lucky here. This one came with the lower knife replacement. That's nice. Covered in oil. Other thing this came with, also covered in oil, we have our needles. Sergers require special needles. They don't have a flat back like most normal needles, and this is the brand that I tend to also buy, so it's cool that it came with some. Okay, now let's see if we are ready to serge. Okay, so much like my other machine. Starts off okay, kind of rolls over, and then goes good again. It's kind of strange. Now I have to mess with some tensions. And we're back! Those of you who've never messed with a serger before, this is what you're in for. This is how many attempts it takes to get your tension right. It's amazing. These old machines really do still work, even after all these years. I mean, this looks like it was definitely from like the 70s or 80s. The only thing about a serger, I mean, it's pretty hard to break and everything, but getting your tension right. It creates a lot of, that's right, tension. Let's have a quick review of some bad serger stitches. So here's some examples of some bad sergers. So this little loop here, it should not be looping like that. All of this should not be rolling. The red should stay on one side and the black on the other. This one was approaching good, but still not quite there. In here, the red should not be looping over like that. It should look more like this, but then it went back. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. So there's some bad ones. Here are some much better ones. Again, not perfect because nobody is, but these are much better. So here is the back. Here's the front. And the red is only on the front. The very, very edge is the black right here. And then we have the black in the back, and it's hard to tell because it's white, but there's a little teeny tiny loop holding this big black white loop, and that is white. And that is actually the needle, and there's also a white line going along here. So this is considered good, balanced tension. Could probably be a smidgen better, but I am not touching it once I get to this point, because this is beautiful. So, this was the Baby Lock, what are you? This was the Baby Lock 418 by Juki. I have now 2 Jukis, and so now I have 2 Jukis and 2 other ones. As a reminder, I found this on Goodwill auctions. I did pick it up locally, so there was no shipping involved. After taxes and everything, it was about $18, which is a little bit of a gamble because you never really know if it's gonna work or if it's completely broke. I have purchased one before that was completely beyond repair. It was unfortunate, but it was only, again, like, I think I paid $10 or $12 for that one. You know, fun little bets, little risks to take. I am not a gambling person, but I really do enjoy purchasing some old machines sometimes that are less than, you know, 30 bucks and just seeing if I can get them working again. I would say 85% of the time I can get these old machines working and they're fine. Not true for modern machines. Once one of those things breaks, anything plastic in there, any of the electronics, it's a paperweight. It's many times not worth repairing, depending on the machine. Highly recommend go and check out your Goodwill auctions and maybe some thrift stores sometimes. I have found one at a thrift store once. These sergers are very expensive. And you may not need one. I mean, if you have a zigzag stitch and that works for you to do your overlocking, you stick with that. But I just would like to advocate that people maybe look at the thrifted options and try to find things that are all metal and going anywhere. I purchased one that was from the 90s and it was supposed to do all these things, and I guess it did. I don't know. I never found out because I could never get the tension right, and every time I sewed, because it was made of plastic rather than metal, it would, like, the whole thing, it was like this big, it would move. It was terrible. Another good pro tip. So you might be asking, how do I know if it's a good machine or not? You hear that? It's made of metal. Look at the pedals. If it is plastic, it's probably an indicator that it's more modern than you would like. All metal, it stays for the most part in place. I believe all 4 of my sergers actually have this kind of pedal, and they all have this kind of plug too. So as you build your collection, a lot of these things are interchangeable and you can use them on different things. So if you ever find a serger that is only $10 but it's missing the pedal, check if they have a picture of it, check what kind of pedal it takes. It's usually not worth buying a brand new one. Those can be more than the machine, like $50 to $100. Keep an eye out. Maybe you already have a component for that. That's what I am at this point with 20 some odd machines. I usually am like, I have a pedal for that, or I have a cord for that. All my singers, oh my gosh, I have so many singer parts. This is my work. So all that being said, I really hope this was ever so slightly helpful and you got to see how a serger works. And if you ever are considering getting a serger, please look at the secondhand market. These machines are out there begging to be cleaned, oiled, and reused because they were meant to last a lifetime. Unlike all the machines that are made nowadays, or most things made nowadays. I am wishing you great sewing and some really cool old machines. Keep your eye out. And if you find anything good you think I might like, send me a link. I have a problem. It's my addiction, and I hope you get a little addicted too. All right, I will see you in the next video. I don't know if it's gonna be sewing or ranching or something else entirely. I don't know. But I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Also, if you have any questions, drop them down below. I will do my best to answer, even though, like I said, I'm not an expert, just an enthusiast. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!